east and north of the Greek island of Samos, destroying a number of houses. The US Geological Survey said that the magnitude of the tremor was 7.0, classing it as a major quake. It struck Turkey's Izmir province, but was felt as far away as Athens and Istanbul. The shallow tremor triggered a mini tsunami that flooded Izmir and Samos. Well, Turkish authorities have said that at least 17 people have died and 438 were injured in the city of Izmir on Samos. 2 teenagers were also killed. Well, Owen Holdaway is a freelance journalist who travelled from Izmir province to Istanbul over the past few days and joins me now. Owen, good evening to you. What's the latest?
Well, according to some people I spoke to back in Izmir, the major districts that were affected were the Bakırli district and the Bonova district, which is sort of to the northeast on the coast, and that's where the most of the damage occurred. Around about 20 buildings are thought to be completely destroyed, as well as a lot of other surrounding buildings of those districts have been very badly damaged. Additionally, there's a town to the sort of north of Izmir, which also was quite severely hit, and there was reports of flooding there. The emergency services at the moment, I think they're very much they've been very responsive, and they're still searching for some people under the rubble. They've also advised many up to, I think, around about 2,000 people not to return to their homes out of fear of the structural integrity of their buildings. So, I mean, at the moment, the death toll, as you reported, was around about 17. It's possibly likely to rise slightly, but yeah, it's as the emergency services scurry for people potentially still buried under the rubble.
So it is still considered a search and rescue procedure at the moment, is it?
Yeah, very much at the moment. But I think as we're going forward, as I said, the emergency service has been highly responsive. So I think at the moment, they should hopefully be able to get some more people from under the rubble and save more lives. Although saying that, there is likely to be a little rise in the death toll over the coming hours and few days.
Is this an area that was in the least prepared for earthquakes of this magnitude?
Very much so. I mean, Turkey sits very much on a fault line, and with the property that I currently own in Istanbul, you have this compulsory to get earthquake insurance. Additionally, the area itself, Izmir, has been hit by earthquakes in the prior. I think the last one, most recent, was in January. And there's been I think the worst one was back in 1990. The province of the town of Izmir was hit, and around about 17,000 people were killed there. So during that earthquake, so this one's very much on a minor scale, but Turkey itself is used to earthquakes. It's a very common occurrence.
And was this expected in any way? Was there any forewarning to this?
I don't think there's so much forewarning to the instance, but I think people in terms of Turkish people in general, I think they have a mentality that they're aware that this is very common and this can happen. So I think the severity of it was quite strong. In comparison to the previous earthquake that hit the Izmir province, but I think Turkish people and in general are quite resilient. So I think there's an expectation that these things do happen. And I think they're dealing with it very much in their stride. I think additionally as well, the emergency services, they're very much equipped to deal with these issues. They have a great response team, so they've been sprung into action, and their response efforts, particularly in the Izmir city centre region and the 2 districts that were hit particularly badly, has been very, very good and very proactive.
Of course, the tsunami that was an after effect of this must have complicated things as well in Izmir. There are tales of fishermen that are missing as flooding hit the city.
Yeah, I mean, Izmir very much sits on a coastal town, so I mean, there's likely as well to reports of death toll increasing from fishermen who are out at sea. So I think that's likely to complicate a lot. Additionally, I think the rescue services, although they're very much focused on the land, it's slightly more difficult logistically to kind of to find these potential sailors and people out at sea, which there is a significant amount of them around that sort of area.
Owen, good to talk to you. Thank you very much indeed. Owen Holdaway there, freelance journalist who travelled from Izmir province to Istanbul over the past few days. You're listening